So I wasn't planning on going back to my Disney Store outlet for a second time in April, since I already did a full video showing what was new in there this month, but I saw that somebody posted that they had just gotten in a big shipment of a whole bunch of Spirit jerseys and also some limited edition pins, and those two things I am a sucker for, being able to get them at clearance prices. And since I'm now fully vaccinated, it's like, okay, yes, we gotta go back, and it's just like, I have to take advantage of the sales. So I figured with this, I just do like a regular old school Disney outlet haul video, and then I also get to tack on a mystery pin opening at the end from the limited edition super clearance mystery pins I got. But we'll start off with the main thing that drew me there, and that was the Spirit jerseys. I really do like the Spirit jerseys, especially for the winter here in Arizona. They're super perfect, but the retail prices on them are so expensive. So I always try to get them at like the best clearance price that I can. This first one I got is a very much kind of classic standard Disneyland blue. I like the little stripies that it has on the sleeves. Basic Disneyland font logo on the back. So something like this is just like perfect and simple, super versatile. These don't actually have the original retail price on them, but Spirit jerseys currently are about $70 retail. This was marked down to $24.99. And then since I use my Disney Visa Rewards card, which gets you an additional 10% off, I paid $22.50 for this. Then the second Spirit jersey I got was this Disneyland balloon one. So the top part of this is kind of just plain and white, but the bottom has all of these fun printed balloons on it. And then this has one of the slightly different backs where it has a super extra big stretched out Disneyland logo. I actually now have a number of Spirit jerseys that are mainly white, which I am not exactly the biggest fan of. But I do really like this design, so I figured I'd add it to the collection. This one as well doesn't have an actual parks retail price on this. This one, though, was a little bit more expensive. This was marked at $29.99, and then I got it for $26.99. They still didn't really have any of the parks Christmas stuff in, except for there were like 2 of these all over print Christmas shirts. I really like these types of shirts, and I have a similar one from a previous year, but this is an all over print. I think it's kind of deemed more of like a fantasy land where you have like Dumbo, Small World, the castle, but then you also have some really cute Christmas cookies on it. This was something that I was really tempted to get during the holiday season, but I never pulled the trigger because the retail price was $36.99. But I'm glad I waited until now because this was marked down to $7.99. And then I paid $7.19 for this. I also got another super similar all over print shirt, and this is a World of Pixar shirt. So on this you have a whole bunch of Pixar icons. I really like the color scheme of this. In the corner it does even have a little woven World of Pixar tag. And what's kind of interesting is this is like a Pixar Walt Disney World shirt, because you can see we have Tower of Terror, we have the Tree of Life, we have Spaceship Earth, we have Cinderella's Castle. So I really like how this is like a full meld of Pixar and the parks. Then the one non-clothing and non-pin item that I got was from the ABC Disney line, and this is a little trinket box. They have various types of merchandise like mugs and other things that all had different letters that are kind of themed to different Disney attractions, and I got E for Emily, and E is also for Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. This retailed for $17.99. This was marked down to $8.99, and then I got it for $8.09. And then finally, we'll move on to the pins. So it is very rare that they have actual Disney Parks limited edition pins there, and they finally did have some in. They had quite a few enchanted emblems, but they all look to be for the Black Cauldron, and they still had some cereal box pins. Those were marked down to only $6 or $7, but they're nothing that I collect, and I don't really, just want to spend money on pins for the sake of buying pins. So I didn't pick up any of those, but one of the singular pins that I did get was this Mandalorian Baby Yoda Little Grogu limited release pin. He's in his little carrier and his head does swivel back and forth. I think it looks kind of ugly, a little bit like a frog, but as you can see, I couldn't pass up this price because it was only $3.99. and for that amount, I will certainly put this on my pin board. Retail of this was $15.99, and then in total, I got this for $3.59, and that is a very, very excellent deal. And then finally, we segue into the mystery pin opening portion of this video, because they had in quite a lot of the Pinocchio Character Collection limited edition puzzle pins. These are mystery pins that are all limited edition, and together they form a puzzle, and there are also the option to get even more limited chaser pins inside. Disney has these for a number of different movies. Here we have a whole bunch of different characters from Pinocchio. I have never opened any of these before because their retail price of these is $17.99 for one single pin, but these were on sale for $4.99. So I decided to get a total of 4 boxes, and each box I got for $4.49. I figured I'd go for a few of them because it would be really cool to get either Figaro or Cleo, and I figure this is kind of my one good opportunity to open up some of these character connection pins because they're just so expensive for one single pin retail. So we'll see if I am at all lucky with these boxes. Each box only has one singular pin inside, which, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of. I like it when there are 2. It just kind of like helps make your odds feel better. Grab the scissors to open these. And let's see, our first pin here is Pinocchio himself. And not only is this Pinocchio himself, this is the limited edition 500 chaser pin. Well, I think this is just about as lucky as you can get getting one of the chaser pins and the Pinocchio one. So these chaser pins are not shown on the back puzzle, but they do kind of fit in with the puzzle. It's a little bit hard to tell, but there's some really nice kind of shiny white glitter at the base. On the back here, you can see this says limited edition of 500 chaser pin. I'd say that is definitely worth the $4.50 that I spent on that box. So we'll see like just how lucky can I get with all these pins. Our next pin here is the regular Pinocchio. I almost kind of like this regular Pinocchio pin even better than the chaser pin. I think just because it's a little bit more fun and colorful. Also still has some more of the white glitter at the base. And just one of these regular pins, it is limited edition of 900. I'm almost thinking now, should I have just like gotten more of these? I was afraid that I'd end up with just like characters that I wouldn't like or just wouldn't trade well. But getting both of those Pinocchios has already made this a success. Hopefully now we can get at least Figaro. Well, and this is so where things aren't, you know, as lucky anymore. This one is Stromboli the villain. So definitely not the worst, but I know among Disney villains, Stromboli is definitely not one of the favorites. One box left with one pin here. We'll see if this ends out like on a high note or just kind of like starts to tank down. And in our final pin here, this tanked down very fast because this is another Stromboli. So it was like, oh yeah, Pinocchio chaser, another Pinocchio, and then doubles. But since I didn't get Figaro, I don't collect any of these Pinocchio things, so I will have all those puzzle pieces for trade if anybody is interested or looking for them to complete their set. So that was what I got from my expedition to the Disney Store outlet. There's just like such the thrill of the hunt and finding deals there that I really love. It like makes it so I never want to buy anything Disney at full retail price when I know I can get like a $70 Spirit jersey for less than $25. So I'm very thankful to live near my outlet and still have it open. And you know, I'm sure I'll be heading back in next month to see what they have new in stock. But thanks for watching.